came instinctively. They mated. Okay? That's all they did. You understand? They don't know a damn thing about creating a human being besides mating. Okay? Which every single creature on the face of the earth does. Okay? God made you. God owns you rightfully. And me and everything else in the universe. Of course, yesterday was the anniversary of 9/11. Don't have much to say about that except big fat scam. 6 out of 10 of the commissioners that were initially hired to investigate that said, hey, it's bull, baloney, stupid, preposterous scam. A group of over 2,000 architects and engineers. When was the last time you saw the mainstream media talk about this group of over 2,000 architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, they call themselves? When was the last time you saw it? They want you to know this was an inside job. It was set up. They used patsies. Sure, I'm not saying these freaky terrorist guys didn't drive the planes into the building. They might have been on remote control at that point. Okay? And one of them got off course and was supposed to hit that building 7, I think it was, the one that had all the documents and everything. A little fire, and they had to destroy. They had to bring down the building because there was a little fire burning. What a scam. Listen, these people's reputation on the line, these architects and engineers, people working for the Underwriters Laboratory, no. This couldn't have happened. Those buildings were constructed to sustain multiple jumbo jet penetrating the skin of these things. It's like just like poking a pencil through a taut screen door, a sharp pencil. That's all it would be like. We could have a dozen planes hitting those buildings. They wouldn't bring them down. The fuel burns up right away. You got a cool fire and nothing. That's it. A scam. Big scam. People in the know it was a big scam. I was sounding a bit arrogant last week, and, I apologize for that. But sometimes I do feel like I'm flapping in the wind, and not enough people are just saying, hey, I don't care if I come off like a weirdo. I've got to set people straight, man. I've got to impress upon them the imperative nature of understanding that, the time is up for playing this ignorance is bliss game, this path of least resistance crap, man. No. You got it, yeah. So anyhow, I apologize. I do not mean to be. I would like to be the nicest guy in the world. I wish everybody liked and loved me. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to be a threat to anybody. I want to be the opposite. I want to encourage and comfort and uplift people. I want to be a puppy dog among men. You understand? That's what I really want. But I struggle because I am indignant. I'm indignant at the wanton injustice in the land. And, we're the ones. I mean, we're waiting for God and the holy angels and the return of Christ and stuff. We're the foot soldiers. If you're God's friend and his servant of your own free will and accord, you're empowered. You're not a coward. And you're going to speak truth to power. And you're going to make sure you're parenting them. You say, no, you're not going to patronize me. You're not going to talk down to me because of your status. I don't give a flying you-know-what who you are, okay? Because you're just an equal, okay? I'm going to parent you because you're the one that's involved in these evil goings on. I'm going to tell you what's what. You're not telling me what's what. I'm going to educate you. That's why I say, be empowered, have all the confidence in the world. And get it from God. Remember, every good thing, Adam Smith came from God. The wealth of nations came from God. If you are going to read the book, make sure you read an edition that is what I call at least readable. Get this one, okay? And it's still difficult to read, but, you hit these nuggets, these tidbits. You just, oh, yeah, okay, that was worth it. Because most of it is tedious. But, it's worth it when you hit those tidbits of knowledge. Okay, I always thought that in the back of my mind. Intuitively, see, we understand a bit about supply and demand, free market capitalism. We really do. Because we want to. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to live in security and have a semblance of freedom, right? And it has to do with money. We know that. God knows that. So just thank God for everything good, and just be empowered, and you'll have all the confidence in the world. You read that book, and read it with trying to understand what he's trying to get across, and you will. I have all the faith in the world that you will succeed. But this schism between the spirit of good and the spirit of evil in this world, it just really, it really tries me to the bone. And sometimes I don't always handle it as well as I would like to. And I'm just human. I like everybody else. I got my own personal issues I battle, and it's tough. But I've got to care about the big picture, and I've got to care about others because I know a lot of people have it tougher than me. And I figured out a long time ago that the only way I can feel better about having greater prosperity than what I have right now, which most people say, what are you talking about? You got nothing, dude. Well, it's all relative. And compared to some poor bastard that's going to die out in the cold tonight, I am a king, okay? I'm a rich man, and I'm ashamed because I have compunction. I want compunction. God put that in my soul, and I'm glad I have it. And you know what would make me really, really happy is to see if I knew for sure that everybody on the face of the earth had a little better lot in life, economically speaking, greater prosperity than then I could enjoy what I have, and only then. And that's the person I choose to be. And I like that person. Another thing about this picking on tobacco smokers, they're not showing like alcohol too. A better ad for this, maybe the people being dismembered by drunk drivers and saying the only solution is you got to quit drinking. Everybody's got to quit. If you drink, you might end up drunk driving. Self-control. I mean, we're not going to talk about that in these ads, right? No, we're going to talk about just, hey, it's just a bit, you got to quit tobacco completely. You can't have self-control. You can't moderate it. We're not going to talk about all those smokers that outlive the non-smokers. We're not going to talk about that, how they had better diets. We're not going to talk about that. We just want to have, we want to charge them a fortune, make them pay for these ads on TV. We got money to burn, so, we're supporting the television stations with the money coming out of these tobacco smokers' pockets. You understand how this works? But we're picking on them. People have been smoking tobacco for thousands of years. We're not going to talk about that. Tobacco's not going away, and tobacco smokers aren't going away. We just want to sock it to them. We want to soak them. And we want to use their money. So there's all these people that have good jobs now because of this tobacco tax, right? They've got a huge slush fund, right? They got money to burn. So you understand how unjust this is? Let's pick on somebody else for a change. Okay, why don't we go alcohol? What about cirrhosis of the liver? You ever met somebody? I knew a guy that had this. You don't live long. If you can't get a liver or you can't afford to have a liver, whatever, you're going to die, cirrhosis of the liver. So let's show the people that have these diseased livers. Let's see what the what do the X-rays look like? What's this look like? Let's show the corpse afterwards, after you see these so the only answer is you've got to quit, never drink. And we're not going to talk about how the medical staff will tell you a little drinking is healthy for you. The red wine has this special chemical that's all good for you and everything, and it's good. You live longer. It's good for your blood, and you smoke if you drink a little. That's the discussion now, right? But they're not going to. Oh no, you must quit completely. It's the only answer. For those that want to quit alcohol, call this number. We can help. We're not going to do that. So I've got no regard for this kind of bull. All that money's got to come out of my pocket, and other smokers, and we're going to villainize and demonize these people. It's the worst